We are live, baby.
Let's go.
What's going on, guys? This is Real Deal Fantasy HQ with your boy LQ. With my boy Cody today is Mock Sundays. Let's get right into it. The draft is about to begin. Wait, where's the start button? Fail. Shit. I'm panicking. How do you start the draft? I always forget how to start on desktop. I can start it on my phone.
Whatever works. Yeah, going live is the only time I've ever actually done it on a desktop, so we'll see.
Word.
All right. Looks like we're going.
Mr.
I'm going to keep it easy. 1-1. Mr. 1-1 all off season long. Christian McCaffrey, let's go.
If he goes anywhere else, you must be doing crack.
I mean, if he's not going 1, he's going 2. And the guy at second is just thanking God. Saquon
right?
at 2.
Thanking God he got it.
Yeah, right. Ooh, Pondo's back in this time. He had a really good team last time. See what he's got.
Pondo was killing it last week. I'm curious if he's going to take now. He's probably going to take Michael Thomas, though, as he should.
Yeah, he's definitely the best receiver. All formats, PPR, standard, any best ball, whatever you want. Michael Thomas is your guy.
Oh, facts. No way around it.
Yep.
Come on, Pondo.
I wonder if he's in. Oh, now he's in.
Yeah, he's in now. There we go. What? Dalvin Cook. Holy shit. Holy shit.
You was tweeting the other day making fun of me for Dalvin Cook should never go before Derrick Henry, but here we are.
Here we are. He changed it up big time. Can he recover? That is the real question. Can he recover from that?
Honestly, I don't hate the pick. I mean, he's a top 5 running back all year last year. It's not the worst.
Yeah, it's not the worst.
Yeah.
I like Alvin Kamara right there in the mid-draft. That's where I feel like I'm comfortable taking him right there, though.
Yeah, that 5 spot. Yeah.
Yep. That's a sweet spot. Like right there, like, okay, I'm fine. But
yeah.
I realize we did not see Zeke go off the board yet.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah. And it has his ADP is 9.5 right now. So kind of interesting to see where he goes in this one.
We got a little convo in the chat from Beer Boy.
Thomas at 4 is surprising.
That really is surprising.
I don't hate the Michael Thomas at 4 pick. I mean, in all honesty, you're going to have an elite wide receiver. You're never going to sub him out. He'll probably score more points on his bye week than some wide receivers. So, I mean, he's just an elite talent. Elite talent.
For
Surprised
sure.
Devontae is the second wide receiver taken, though. Yeah. I figured D-Hop would slide in there, but
I don't know. A lot of people are down on D-Hop because of the team change, but it's like I believe in Kyler. I think he's going to still perform at a high level.
Yep. I think the only thing that worries me about DeAndre Hopkins a little bit is just that there's more. I feel like there's more weapons in this Arizona Cardinals offense than there is than he was competing with in the Texans offense. I know they had Kiki Cutie and Will Fuller, but Will Fuller had a hard time staying healthy, and frankly, so did Cutie. So we'll see. But dang,
it's true. Now I'm thinking about it. Like D-Hop may not be, the obvious pick before Adams or, Michaels with so many weapons, like you said there. So like, oh no, maybe I will. Nope, never mind.
Hey, there you went.
Maybe I'll land D-Hop, and there he goes.
Yep, I do like Nick Chubb 1-8. It's a good pick. I feel like this right, and maybe after Zeke, kind of cuts off that tier of elite running backs because now you got Chubb, the best ones remaining, Mixon, Fournette, Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones.
That's definitely the cutoff. I agree. Between like the studs to elite, like most of those guys don't have to worry about splitting. Actually, maybe Kamara. He falls in like I'll say after Kamara because he does still split somewhat. He's not the 80% snap opportunity guy. Like he'll get that every so often.
Yeah, but his opportunities in that Saints offense are better than your better than your average opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oof, where do I go at 12?
I don't know. So little run on wide receivers was made, but there are still some good ones on the board for sure.
Yeah. I'm going to go Henry. Follow up with a Godwin. I'll take it.
I like that.
I'll take it.
I'll take it. That's a good stack. Positions. Yeah, that's a good stack. Josh Jacobs, he went early in our last mock, falling to 2-2 here. I feel like that's
2-2.
kind of more his range. Early second round.
Aaron Jones. I think Aaron Jones is a little overvalued in the early second. I got him like late second, third.
Yeah, and especially just seeing where some of these running backs that are still left, Joe Mixon.
Because look who you have. You have Fournette left. Gordon, I'm not too really wild about, but he's still there. Mike Evans, Galladay, like Kittle, Kelsey. Like we're gonna start seeing some tight ends float like between this 6-7 area.
See, this is right where we took them last time. That George Kittle and Travis Kelsey stack where they went back to back in the middle of the second round. So we'll see if they fall here.
Yep.
I tell you what, I hate to be the predictable guy, but if they fall to me again, I don't know.
Full send. You got to. You can't miss up on that.
We got to see who's left on the board, though. If there's some players still left on the board. Leonard Fournette going. I think Fournette's going to eat, but I think Jacksonville this year is going to be bad.
They're going to be bad. Oh, he's a homer. He got a Denver Bronco fan taking Gordon. He believes in the system. Not mad at you, Orlando. Not mad.
I think it's a good pick. I mean, Melvin Gordon's going to have a more volume than what people think.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of Phillip Lindsay. And I know people say he's he's coming off 1,000-yard seasons, and I get it. But I think that's more of a product of the system than the running back. And there's a reason he was an undrafted guy. Not to hate on him, but
yeah, he was just more explosive. Like I said in my recent video with Melvin Gordon, like he just was more explosive and like eye catching to the coaching staff than Royce Freeman that they drafted. Like he showed more speed and ability out of the backfield other than Royce Freeman. So they kind of gave him the leg up and gave him the start. But obviously, if they were still in the market for a running back, that he just wasn't the guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. He wasn't a stud. Because, you could see that the Broncos want to get back to that big body build that they went with C.J. Anderson. Now, C.J. Anderson and freaking Royce Freeman are similar in size. So they were looking for that body build to be that stud back there.
Well, and they were the same kind of run type, the one-cut running back. If you watched Royce Freeman at Oregon, that was one cut back. I mean, he's talented, but hasn't really transitioned to the NFL yet. So we had a stretch of running backs go, quite a few. Kenny Galladay, tight ends, breaking that up a little bit.
I got Kenyon Drake going right here for Philly. Oh, Mike Evans.
Mike Evans still on the board there. I don't blame him with that pick at all.
No.
I mean, that's
Saquon and Evans. You're sitting good.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's see who we like here. I'm going to go Cooper Kupp. Let's.
I like it. What you following with?
I don't know. It's tough. There's a lot of good, solid wide receivers up here, but they had got a little bit of risk.
Yeah.
I think what I'm going to do.
What are you going to do? You still got some.
Just knowing where some of these other wide receivers and stuff are going to fall. I'm going to go with my guy, Adam Thielen.
Ooh.
Consistent as they come.
You got to. Two consistent wide receivers. They both have wide receiver one potential week to week. I like it. Those are the grinders. PPR grinders right there.
Yep. And that's opportunity. I think they are going to catch a ton of
Carson in the third. I like it. I love it. He's the quiet grinder that gets you 1,000 yards every single season.
early drafts, like the drafts that are happening now, I like Chris Carson because I think people are kind of scared thinking Seattle might take a guy. But after they just spent a first-round pick on Penny 2 years ago, I don't think they're going to invest, a high draft pick in a running back. So I think Chris Carson's going to be the workhorse there.
They're not giving up.
Gurley and Drake. Going.
Gurley and Drake back to back. It's good.
I like Drake in that mid 3 spot, that middle of the 3rd round. That's a solid get. That's a solid get. Kamara, Galladay, Drake. Usman's coming up with a good team. Two mocks in a row.
Yeah.
2 mocks in a row.
I'm looking at Pondo. I'm not too sure right now.
He definitely
throwing me off, and then Cook in the 3rd pick. That's just throwing me off right now. Let's see how he finishes though.
Patrick Mahomes, first quarterback taken off the board. Kind of surprised to see him and not Lamar Jackson. Yeah.
Big Cat making a statement.
I think Lamar's going to regress, not because Lamar as the talent is going to regress, but he just put up an astronomically unbelievable year last year.
For sure. Well, I don't think you can mirror that. There's no way you can mirror that.
I think the offense comes back down to earth a little bit, but I mean, I still think the Ravens are going to win that division. We'll see how the Steelers turn out, but who knows? Okay, so Orlando.
What I do think.
Oh, go ahead, man.
No, I was just saying that the defenses will probably just adjust to Lamar. That'll probably, wow, he's going running back heavy.
I know. That's what I was going to say. He's like, man, Chubb, Gordon, Bell.
Whoa.
It's interesting. I like the Eckler pick in the 3rd round at 3-9. Yeah. I think that's a solid pick. I think he's going to return on that value because there have been, I don't know how many running backs taken. It looks like almost 15 running backs taken before.
Yeah,
Austin
this is
Eckler.
the most I've seen.
I think he's going to definitely be top 15 value.
Holy shit.
Orlando in the chat saying, you think Bell has a bounce back year to his form?
Not a Jet.
The thing,
Singletary, oof.
I don't mind it. He's going young with those running backs. Josh Jacobs, Evan Singletary.
Snipe, bro. He sniped me right there.
Dang.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. Love Bell's. He's in an interesting spot. I think Adam Gase is the absolute fantasy killer as a coach.
Yeah.
He crushes fantasy value.
He is. He convinced us of that he's trash. He convinced us that Kenny Drake is trash, Tannehill is trash. I'm not buying anything that Gase sells.
Devontae Parker balled out with Gase gone. I mean, there's so many guys that just
took Jackson. If he falls to me there, taking him.
Yeah.
Taking him.
I mean, 3rd, 4th round curve there. I mean, yeah. That's kind of a no-brainer. Absolute elite talent. Keenan Allen.
I'll take Keenan.
I like the Keenan Allen.
That's a steal in the 4th. Even though Tyrod's his quarterback, they're going to suck. You still got to take him. He's probably going to try to make the best out of his situation.
Just kind of checking out who's on the board still. Stephon Diggs, T.Y. Hilton, Metcalf.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of ballers right now that are still available. Oh man, so many. We're deep right now in wide receivers.
Yep, there's a lot.
Now running backs, that's a different conversation.
Well, and if you look at the draft board, they went on a run early. So, I mean, seeing that there was an early run on running backs. Mark Ingram. So when did he go in our other mock? Did somebody take Mark Ingram in the first 5 rounds last time?
I don't think so.
I don't know if he was drafted. I like that pick. I think Mark Ingram, I don't think he's going to finish as a top 10 running back again. I mean, I like
the pick. I don't like it on his team though, with Aaron Jones. He doesn't really have much producers. Because he got freaking Tyler Lockett.
I like Tyler Lockett. There are some guys who if you put them in in an individual system or just kind of throw them somewhere, I don't think that they're elite talents. But Tyler Lockett and Russell Wilson have a connection, and it's been tried and true for 2-3 years now. I mean, there's just something about it. So I think as long as he stays healthy and Russ stays healthy, I think he's going to ball out.
He's definitely the first option. DK is like very attractive in that pass offense. So it's like we know DK is going to ball out, but I don't think he's going to ball out more than Lockett. So like you said, you like the pick, but I just don't like third round on Tyler. I would have waited to the fourth.
Fair enough.
In there. Because he just went over Allen Robinson, DJ Chark. He just went over Debo, like Calvin Ridley. We still got ballers here, bro. And like Tyler Boyd maybe, producing week to week. I know that's your boy. And it's like we still got some heavy hitters still on the board at wide receiver. And I just don't think that Tyler Lockett is like one of the guys I would target right there.
So speaking of Allen Robinson, he's off the board. So
there he is.
That's Orlando's first wide receiver. And then Jonathan Taylor.
First rookie off the board.
And Drew's team is really interesting because that is his first running back.
Yeah.
So his first running back, he doesn't even know what team he's going to be on. And Big Cat's first wide receiver is Debo.
Oof. That's tough.
I don't hate it. There's just so many good guys on the board yet.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a good. I like Debo. It's just like the people that are on the board right now, I would rather take.
Yeah, I mean he's a young. Yep. Both of those young wide receivers are talented. I think Calvin's shown more at the NFL level just because he's been in the league longer, been involved in that offense for a while now. I'm interested to see what the other Ridley brother does in Chicago. If he takes a step forward in Chicago and gets some of those targets. We'll see how Nick Foles decides to spread the ball around, or Trubisky, whoever they decided to go with.
Yeah, Orlando's in the chat talking about who's starting, quarterback and shit. And, like, obviously we know Foles is going to win it, right?
I get it. Damn, Pondo took OBJ. That was who I wanted. I wanted OBJ at the turn there.
Oh, my God. He fell that far. That's surprising. I think people are actually catching on that he's not one of those elite that you need to go grab.
All right. Let's see who we got here.
Uh-oh, Sleeper just crashed on me. Let me check it out.
All right. I know you're going to hate this pick, but I'm going to do it anyway.
At the moment, Sleeper crashed on me.
Yeah,
I got the board back now. David Johnson. Hey, that's a good pick. And this is why. In PPR, that's a good stack with CMC and David Johnson.
Yep. I think, honestly, in my opinion, those are two of the better pass catching running backs in the league. I know David Johnson's had a down year, or a down year and a half, 2 years. But I think he can prove it in Houston. I think he's going to prove it.
They need to just utilize him correctly, and they'll be fine. Oof, T.Y., yes. Phillip Rivers is going to revamp him.
Well, and the thing with T.Y. is he is as shifty as they come, but he's not built like a huge, he doesn't have a large physical body. He's going to miss a couple games, and that's fine. You just have to draft knowing that he's going to miss a couple games. So because I have Adam Thielen, I feel pretty confident in wide receiver right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take T.Y., use him, throw him into flex when he's healthy. And if not, there's plenty of good talent on the board yet. Stephon Diggs. That's why I was between T.Y. and Stephon.
I'm curious what Pondo's going to do right now. Robert Woods. Okay, that's a little bit of insurance for OBJ. I think that's what that is.
I don't hate it.
He's a good option for the Rams. I like it. I wonder what next rookie is going to go off the board next.
if I had to bet, if I was a betting man, it looks like DeAndre Swift is the highest rated as far as rookies go.
Yep.
Jerry Jeudy. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Usman must be listening.
He's listening. Damn,
yeah,
man.
There we go. DeAndre Swift, first one. Or next one.
Juju, I don't like it, being that he burned me last season. That's more personal. But in the 5th round, you can't pass up.
I was going to say, where you're getting him, the value that you're getting him at that point, if you're getting Juju Smith-Schuster around this time, he's still the number 1 wide receiver in that offense. We'll see how Big Ben looks coming back. I think that's going to be a big teller. That Steelers quarterback room last year was bad.
Oof. Understatement. You got Zach Ertz, 3rd tight end off the board. I'm hoping.
I know who you're going to take. I know who you're going to take. I ain't even going to.
People are watching. He's going to get sniped. I'm not even going to say it. It's going to be negative energy, but we'll see. Come on. Who you got, Wire? Who you got, Fantasy Wire? Who you got?
Okay, he's got Marlon Mack.
He's stacking up on those running backs.
Well, and he's got 3. I think it gives him a little flexibility there at that position.
Definitely does. Yes, here we go.
So Russ is the 3rd quarterback taken off the board. I don't mind that. As far as running backs go,
I was literally going to do that. I was literally going to do Mark Andrews, Russell Wilson.
Why? You got Lamar.
Yeah, but come on now. He's a runner. He's going to get hurt. We're going to have an RG3 remake here. Last season, it was a fluke.
I'm not investing in 2 running backs. If I were to do that, I would take a guy, late at quarterback, try to, get a guy who can fill in.
That is true.
I like the Mark Andrews pick, though. 5th round, last pick of the 5th round, a solid.
6th round, Landry. I'll take it.
Juice Landry. Darren Waller, the next tight end taken. Man, it is still weird.
He finally got his boy.
It is still weird seeing LV for Las Vegas, man. That's going to take a while to get used to, like the San Diego change.
Yeah, that's going to be a little weird.
So we're 5 rounds in.
Yeah.
We've got 1 Bengals player taken. Dang. R.I.P. my team.
Hey, hold up. Where is he?
Tyler Boyd's still in.
I'm looking for AJ Green.
He's still in too.
Uh-oh. I don't think anybody's
Tyler
doing
Murray.
anything.
Man, I can just knock it. Tyler Murray fall to me. When is quarterback number 4? I don't hate it.
What do you think about N'Keal Harry? What do you think about N'Keal Harry? What do you think about N'Keal Harry for the Patriots?
Show me some. You got to show me some before I'm willing to take a risk. And that might be, either seeing something in the preseason, seeing how his snap count goes. I'm going to, with the Patriots, I will always, got to see who they draft. Got to see what they do with their quarterback situation. I know they believe in Stidham. I don't know if I believe in Stidham because I haven't seen him play. Saw him at Auburn a little bit, but he handed the ball off to Kerryon Johnson more than anything when he was at Auburn. So we'll see. We'll see. Obviously, if he's in the Patriots quarterback room, they've got him there for a reason. So he is going to have some talent, but we'll see what they decide to do and what they go with. I would love to see Cam Newton in a Patriots jersey. As much as I hate the Patriots' sustained success for so long, I would love to see what they would do with Cam Newton, because that is the complete opposite of Tom Brady.
Yeah, Cam Newton deserves that shot.
I think he's going to get it somewhere. I think what it's going to come down to is how the draft turns out, where Tua kind of falls. And
he wanted to wait until after the draft to, pick his options or try to reach out, because I think that's the best thing he could do. Just wait.
Well, and I think part of it is he sees himself Are my eyes correct, or did Delaney Walker just get picked in the 6th round?
Holy shit. Yes, he did.
Sir.
What?
Sir.
What is going on?
I don't know. I don't.
Dude.
Okay, Terry McLaurin going this late. That's a good grab. I was gonna snatch him up at 6 if I could have gotten him.
Who?
Terry McLaurin. Yep.
Yeah. That's my dude.
And
so looking at Big Cat's team, I'm looking at some studs. The first 3. Mixon going mid-second is probably proper where he should be going.
Yeah.
Other than first, like I've been seeing a lot.
Yeah, I don't
Patty,
mind.
Debo. There's another rookie, J.K. Dobson.
Yeah, Dobbins was a baller at Ohio State. I mean, just an absolute baller.
Watson off the board. He should be fine. Because I just feel like it's constantly going to be between Fuller, Cooks, Kiki QT, maybe even Kenny Stills with injury. That's going to be an issue.
All right, so A.J. Brown went.
Oh, my God. Philly with the 4 stack producers. Mike Evans, Sharp, Diggs, and A.J. Brown. That's some trade bait right there.
So I'm going to give me another wide receiver. Really stack up. I think that's probably going to be my last one I take for a while.
Yeah.
Not really a need for one right now.
Yeah, and looking at the board, you still got Lamb. You got some of these rookies that are still in there.
And then I think I'm going to go ahead and nab a tight end. I think I'm going to get my guy.
Hunter Henry?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He should be fine as well. It's definitely a powerhouse option for Tyrod, but again, I don't believe much in Tyrod, but we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, at the end of the day, he's a great talent. Tyrod would be stupid not to throw him the ball. So
yeah, he'll be an idiot. But also, Hunter Henry needs to stay healthy.
That is true. That is true. And
that's also lingering.
Hunter Henry's a guy who I would take. So I feel comfortable taking him in the 7th. I would probably nab a guy late, nab another tight end to stash on my roster if I can get some value late in the draft. Maybe a young guy who showed some flashes last year, TJ Hawkinson, maybe a Hayden Hurst in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So Raheem Mostert, I was going to.
Wow.
I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't know. The thing is at this point in the draft, right? So we're getting to guys like Darius Geis, J.K. Dobbins, Phillip Lindsay. I trust Raheem Mostert as much as I trust any of them, just because I trust that system. Now, we'll see how the touches, pan out. I'm not going to put my mortgage on Raheem Mostert being the lead back, but I think he's going to be at least fantasy relevant. And in the 7th round, I don't hate that pick. The only thing I don't like is that his running back core is a little shallow. So I don't know if I feel comfortable having him as my 3rd running back.
Yeah.
But as my 4th, throwing him into the flex spot every now and then, I don't hate it.
Look, I can't talk much because I only got one running back right now.
That is true.
I'm going to be digging for scraps for my arm too.
I'm interested
I'm banking
to see what you do.
Basically wide receivers. Yeah, to bank on my wide receivers to kind of lead me to the gold.
So CeeDee Lamb is the first.
Because I still have some options.
Yeah, you do. You got some options.
First wide receiver. Okay.
Yep. CeeDee Lamb's the first rookie wide receiver. You got some running backs yet. Some starters in offenses.
Yeah. But not really good offenses, but we shall see.
I don't know. There's one I got my eye on. I'm not gonna name names because I really want to beat you in this mock draft that we're doing in April, but
yeah. Yeah, we still got some guys down here.
Brandon Cook's going a lot later in this draft than he did in our other mock. He went probably around 5, 6.
Yeah.
In that other
Around
mock, dropping to
maybe
7
people
here.
are catching on.
I just can't bet on him to stay healthy. I mean, as much as I like the talent.
Yeah.
So Hooper went as tight end. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I don't think we can count Walker.
Fair enough. You think so if you had to put your money on it, you think Hooper finishes as a top 10 tight end in Cleveland?
Yes. But is he going to contribute to me week to week? I don't know. That I don't know.
Yeah, the thing about Hooper is the talent's there. I will be really interested to see what Stefanski does with that offense. I know he utilized a ton of 12 personnel in Minnesota. They had Irv Smith Jr. and Kyle Rudolph. So when you have talents like that, you're going to want to run 12. And I think Stefanski went and got his guy when they signed Hooper, knowing that they have Austin Hooper and David Njoku. I think the Browns are going to run a lot of 12. And running out of 12 personnel was extremely successful for Dalvin Cook last year. And I think Chubb's going to eat because of that, because Hooper can block. Hooper's a solid blocker. I mean, he doesn't get the clout that Kittle gets as far as, kicking guys out of the club, but Hooper's solid.
I went with Damian Williams.
So I'm not surprised. That's who I was thinking you were going to take there. I mean, as of right now, he is the starting running back in a Super Bowl winning, unbelievable offense. So I don't hate the pick.
Exactly. That's good value in the 7th round. That's almost a steal. Sony Michel, you got to.
Yep. I mean, at this point,
chairs, but Brady's gone, so who knows what happens.
Yep. Well, and that running game was really hurt last year by their fullbacks getting injured. And that's something that it's not something that when you see it on paper, you're like, oh, their fullback got hurt. Not a big deal. But then their backup fullback got hurt. And then they were putting a guy at middle linebacker and fullback. So he was playing two ways. So it's a pivotal part of that offense.
Yeah. It should be interesting what they do now with Brady gone. I really think they're going to run the ball a lot more now. And hopefully Sony Michel can stay healthy and he eats. Rex Burkhead, he's also has some PPR value, but again, he's always hurt as well.
Yeah. I still like James White. I mean, James White is a pass catching back in that offense. Darius Slayton going in
James
round
White is the guy, yeah. Now that's appropriate.
I think the round 8
than what we saw before.
Yeah, I think that's much more appropriate than that round 4 selection we saw in the last mock.
Way appropriate. That's not as shocking.
I'm interested to see what
that was insane.
Yeah, that was wild. I'm interested to see what Fantasy Wire HQ does here with this pick, because he only has 2 wide receivers on his offense. And I think he definitely has the shortest roster.
Yeah.
Pure height wise, he's got 5'10 Kyler Murray. He's got 5'10 Mark Ingram. He's got 5'10 Tyler Lockett. He's got 5'11 Tyreek Hill.
Oh my God. Goes Antonio Brown. Where's he playing?
That's I understand.
Oh my God.
I understand the pick, because that,
you still had Will Fuller there.
Right now, that pick could be, unbelievable. But he's saying he thought it was AJ Brown. Yikes, dude.
Wow. Okay.
Yikes. All right. Okay.
We had somebody do that last night.
Carson Wentz. So there's a couple quarterbacks on the board that are still kind of interesting to me that haven't been taken yet. Dak Prescott, Josh Allen.
Yeah, look at Dak.
Oh, Josh Allen.
Yeah, Dak has to go now. See, there you go.
All right, yeah.
As we're speaking about it.
Yeah.
Wentz, Allen, and Prescott.
Yep. So if I just looking at this draft right now, just where everybody's at, as far as quarterbacks go, I'm probably going to wait for a while now. I think this kind of has a cutoff of where your week-to-week starters are. Just because the guys that have been drafted now, you're not going to really change based on, matchups or anything. They're just kind of in when they're in. The rest of the quarterbacks on the board,
Yeah.
other than Aaron Rodgers, I really don't feel comfortable starting every game. So I would probably take 2, maybe pair like a Drew Brees and who knows?
Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan's still there for you.
And I don't hate Matt Ryan. He's up and down, but he's never been,
every year
completely terrible.
Yeah, he hasn't. It's not like he's like down there with the lower tier quarterbacks. He still produces somewhat.
Yeah,
it's just week to week. It is in question. I think 20 points a week. That's like my cutoff to where I think you're a bum.
Yep. So Dallas Goedert is gone, which means every team has a tight end with the exception of Philly, and Pondo. I'm interested to see what they do at the tight end spot because right now it's really thin. I think Jared Cook would probably be my favorite of what's left, just knowing how Drew Brees has used him in the past. But I'm not a believer in Noah Fant, and it's not Noah Fant's fault. I think it's more Drew Lock than anything. I don't know if I'm a believer in Drew Lock, and Noah Fant's numbers took a dip when Lock got the starting gig last year. So
definitely did.
We'll see what he can do in a full year of the offense. But okay, so I think Bear Boy timed out. So who's he gonna get?
Timed out to what? Who do you get? Probably got like Aaron Rodgers. That's probably who he would have took anyway.
Yeah,
because he doesn't have a quarterback at all either.
Hawkinson is a tight end.
Curious. Hawkinson.
That it's a guy you either believe in the talent or you don't. I mean, he
had preseason hype.
Yep, he had that one game where he just balled,
which was week 1.
So
by the way,
we'll see.
One where he exploded.
I think he's going to have a better year this year, and they used him to block last year a ton. And that's what he did very well at Iowa. He was an incredible blocking tight end, and then Noah Fant was more their pass catcher. But he has all the metrics. He's got all the talent. So if he can be utilized in Detroit, hopefully Matt Stafford stays healthy. That team is a lot more fun to watch with him at the helm than I don't know, whoever they were throwing in last year, the Purdue guy. Man, tough to watch. That Lions team, man. Their poor fans are almost as riddled as Bengals fans are.
Oh man, that's funny. Lions do have potential with talent. It's just like they just don't win. Like Kieran Johnson, he's always hurt. Great talent, and then they just can't win games to keep Stafford on his feet. Like I'm curious of what he's going to do next season.
Yep. Will Fuller the fifth. Don't hate the pick.
Nope.
He's got a lot of wide receivers.
He has a ton.
At this point, I think he's the only team without a tight end on the roster, so he kind of has his picking of tight end. So I don't hate it. I mean, he can wait really for a while.
It's really like curious of who he's going to take at tight end. If, he's interested in taking one on the way back. He still has 2 options, I would say, realistically.
Yeah. I said I wasn't going to draft Alshon. I lied. I don't know. He's
you liar.
He's the number 1 wide receiver on that offense. I think they draft a guy. The Eagles have to put more weapons around Carson Wentz.
They need wide receivers.
But at the same time, if you told me that at the end of the 8th, beginning of the 9th round, that I could get a starting wide receiver, I'll take it. And I'm a little thin at running, and I'm wearing the jersey, so I mean, I gotta,
Yeah, and you have Wentz as your quarterback, which isn't terrible at all.
No, and then I'm gonna go James White here. I like him in PPR formats. He gets you a consistent number of points every week. He stayed healthy. I like that pick there. Shore up in case, David Johnson or Christian McCaffrey go down.
Yeah.
Drew Brees is
for PPR purposes. Drew Brees,
Drew Brees
there he
get
is.
taken.
First quarterback, and he still needs a tight end. Wow. I like his strategy though. He's going wide receiver heavy, but that's definitely some trade bait.
And at the same time too, if you're going to wait on a tight end, you might as well just wait all the way out, because at this point, people are drafting their second tight end on their roster. So you have your pick of the litter. So he could double up and grab, and obviously not in this mock because we're only going to round 10, but he could grab, Jared Cook and Noah Fant. He could get both of them on his roster. He could get Tyler Higbee, Kyle Rudolph. There's quite a few tight ends still on the board. Hayden Hurst. Hayden Hurst is going to be a guy that I own in a lot of leagues.
Oh yeah,
a lot of leagues. He was incredibly talented in college.
Yeah, well, he's on my wait and see. I really want to see what he can do.
My logic on him is the Falcons, that their offense hasn't changed, right? They didn't let go of their offensive coordinator, so they got the same system in place, and they used Hooper over the middle a ton last year, right? Hooper,
hell yeah.
And while I don't think Hayden Hurst is going to absorb all of those targets, you don't trade a second round pick for a guy you're not going to throw the ball to. So we'll see if he gets utilized in that offense, even to 80% of the capacity, 75% of the capacity that Hooper was. He can sneak into the top 10.
Yeah, he could sneak right in.
Yeah, a couple guys get hurt. He could definitely sneak into the top 10. So he'd be a guy that could give you some value from week to week.
Now, Pondo, with the Henderson pick, I don't know.
You're a Rams fan. What do you think? I mean,
right there in the 9th round, I don't know. Because honestly, like I've been preaching these past couple of weeks, like Malcolm Brown is going to be the starter. So I don't know if Henderson gets any type of fantasy relevance other than being like a pass catching back there. And, I don't like it. That's kind of like the Raheem Mostert pick that he picked, but just a little bit less than, production and talent. It's just like
that's a Walmart Rammer.
Yeah, it's a question mark. You got 3 question marks the last 3 rounds. Mostert, TJ, and now Hendo.
Interesting to see for sure.
He threw me off with the Dalvin Cook pick. So I should have known this should have been a little twisty turning roller coaster of what he's going to be doing. Looks like Bear Boy just got auto drafted Lamar Miller.
I mean, yikes.
Yikes is right.
Yeah, I don't. Sorry, Lamar. You were solid in Miami. You were supposed to be the next big thing in Houston. It didn't boil out.
Nope.
You got hurt. They signed Hyde. They traded for Duke Johnson. They traded for David Johnson. They now have every Johnson running back you could possibly have on a roster, I think.
Johnson and Johnson.
A family company. Yeah, we'll see. If he ends up on a team next year, like I wouldn't be shocked to see him on a team, but I don't think.
Yeah, but where though?
Yeah.
Who's hurt?
And I don't think he'll have a fantasy relevant role.
What if Kansas City pick him up?
I don't know. I'm interested to see where LaShawn McCoy ends up. As far as
he said he doesn't want to retire. He wants like 2 more years in.
Yeah, and I could see him being a good locker room presence as well. A vet who's been there. He's been on a championship winning team. So Julian Edelman this late. I like that pick. I mean, if you are going to have a new guy come into your system at quarterback, what do you want more than a wide receiver who has been there, who's done that? He's shown, to be one of the most reliable weapons in the game.
For sure.
I like Jules there. He's not going to get you a ton of touchdown volume, but in a PPR league.
Wow, another homer pick. He got Noah Fant.
I don't hate that pick. Honestly, I actually really like that pick, just based off of the fact that he had Delaney Walker, like the fact that Delaney Walker was his other tight end. Yeah, grab Noah Fant, get you another one.
Secure that spot, basically.
Yep. Henry Ruggs going late.
Ooh.
I think he might be the first wide receiver taken off the board.
Really?
GMs love numbers. They love numbers, and he is so fast. He has all unbelievably athletic, unbelievably fast, all the talent in the world. Dominated at Alabama. While I think Jerry Jeudy and CeeDee Lamb are your more pro style wide receivers, I think one GM is going to go 4.26 40 and draft him. I mean,
most definitely.
It's what the Bengals did with John Ross. They saw John Ross break the 40-time record. They're like, oh, yeah, I'll draft an injury-prone wide receiver at the 9th overall pick who was productive 1 year in college because he runs fast.
Yeah.
I could see the Raiders doing it.
Oof.
I think he would be a better fit on that roster.
They'll make a splash with that.
Yeah. It depends. We'll see. I'm interested to see how that draft. I think the Raiders are 14, if I'm not mistaken.
14. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I got money on Ruggs going. I think the line was 15.5, and I bet the under on that. I got him going before that. Yep. Marvin Jones Jr.
Marvin Jones.
I like that pick. I mean,
he was up and down for me last year.
And he's been productive when Stafford was healthy. I think he was crushed by Stafford going down last year. So you take that with what you. He's a good best ball wide receiver. Derek Carr. Okay, whatever.
Homer. Raiders fan, obviously.
Is he? Oh, yeah, he drafted Josh Jacobs too.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry, Jay Stacks, but Derek Carr's going undrafted in most leagues.
For sure.
If the Raiders have a subpar season, I will be shocked if he is the starting quarterback next year.
Oh, shocked. Oh, my God.
Shocked.
No doubt. Oh, man, I don't know who to pick here. I'm scrolling and scrolling. I'm just going to play it safe. Got to get that handcuff. So, Kamara, owner, you better come talk to me.
You're just hoping he goes down or hope you can trade him. I don't hate that, really.
Come talk to me. No,
There's quite a few. Go ahead.
I was preaching I wasn't going to draft this guy, but maybe.
Robbie Anderson.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
I don't. So Teddy Bridgewater doesn't throw a ton of deep balls, which is Robbie Anderson's bread and butter. Hunter Renfrow, he is really laying on that Las Vegas.
Oh, he's a Vegas boy.
Robbie Anderson, if anybody's going to make Teddy Bridgewater throw the ball deep, it's going to be Robbie Anderson because he's got the wheels. He gets off the line quick.
If he's open, he's open. You got to give him a shot.
And that's honestly the biggest detractor for me for DJ Moore is Robbie Anderson. I think Teddy Bridgewater is a smart quarterback. I don't think he's going to stare down one guy. And he's going to throw to the open receiver. I wouldn't be surprised if all three of those wide receivers end up at about 800 yards.
Curtis Samuel, I was high on last season too.
See, for me, I drafted DJ Moore in a ton of leagues last year just because I felt like Samuel was a little overhyped.
He was. Going into last season, he definitely was overhyped.
I think it also would have turned out a little bit differently if Cam Newton didn't get hurt. But
true.
It is what it is. Okay, who else we got?
I'm curious if he's going to take for your last pick because I'm looking at your team now. It's kind of like you got to get that quarterback, but who?
So, assuming he falls to me, I will probably go Matt Ryan. Just because they've got some weapons in that offense.
Like your options are Ryan, Kirk Cousins, and who else? Cam Newton, take that shot because he's going to be on the team.
Yeah, the problem is where. I don't know.
I mean, if he goes to the Patriots, he'll do okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
We're not looking for okay.
Yeah, and that's at this point you're kind of shooting for the moon. I don't like I'll be interested to see Joe Burrow next year. I will be
Yeah.
interested to see how Joe Burrow looks in that Bengals uniform.
You going to
If
get
that
it?
offensive line can get him a little protection. Yeah, I'll definitely be copping his jersey. I want the Burrow, but where they spell it like the Burreaux.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's just so. I'm a big fan of that LSU program with Coach O. I think he should have gotten a shot at USC, but Justin Jefferson, I like the pick. I think he's going to end up an Eagle at pick 21, I think is where the Eagles select.
You think they take a running back that high?
Justin Jefferson's a wide receiver.
Oh, wide receiver. I mean,
yeah. He was.
I was looking at Justin Jackson right before.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. No, I think Jefferson goes at 21 to the Eagles. He's a great talent. If they don't get him, I think they might get Denzel Mims, who's a electric wide receiver out of Baylor. He's got all of the physical skills. It's just wild to think kind of how many good wide receivers there are in this draft this year. There's going to be some fantasy relevant names.
So I don't see why they wouldn't take a wide receiver that high. They also need linebackers too.
Yeah, for sure. Orlando, I know this is a mock draft, but why? Why would you do that?
Wow. Maybe that's the insurance for for Lamar Jackson.
Apparently, draft is handcuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to put it in a universe, but I think Jackson's going to get slowed down this season, and it may be due to injury.
I hope not, because he is fun to watch.
Super fun to watch, bro.
Tom Brady.
There he is. I was wondering when.
I was going to snipe him. I was going to snipe him. Honestly, Usman, solid work. He waited on a quarterback forever. He waited on a tight end for a long time. He got Ingram. He's got Julian Edelman. He got Kareem Hunt, who's a talented running back and would take over a monstrous role if Nick Chubb were to go down. DeAndre Swift's got a lot of potential. He's got Kamara and Kenyon Drake. His wide receivers are solid. Man, he's got a good draft. I really like his team.
Let's see how my man Pondo finishes.
Pondo went a different route this time, and I don't hate it. His last 3 picks have been a little interesting. A lot of upside. So
Devontae Freeman. Well, that's an auto draft.
Yeah. He's got like 3 guys on his roster who are on a team.
I think he stopped after Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he picked up to Christian Kirk. Brashad Perriman.
Wow.
He'll be a name that I think is going to be picked up on a lot of waiver wires this year.
For sure.
He's going to fill in New York what Robbie Anderson was. The problem is that New York offense led by Adam Gase sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. And it's like you can't expect too much out of him. So getting him in the last round right now, I'm not mad at him.
Oh, yeah. No, take a flyer.
Look at his wide receivers.
Yeah. He's more in a place, like definitely in a place where he's got some leeway to, take a flyer. I don't hate it.
Not at all. What you doing, Philly? Now I'm looking at Big Cat's team as well. I'm having mixed feelings about it.
I like the Zeke mix and Mahomes. His wide receiver is going to be interesting. I like the Terry McLaurin pick. I like the Juju Smith-Schuster pick in the 5th. If he can get back to where he was with his rookie year with Big Ben, perfectly fine. I'm not sure how I feel about Deebo Samuel. I think the 49ers add at wide receiver this offseason. Really out of necessity. But we'll see.
Because I'm looking at his team. So, like, come week 1, who are you starting in the wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 position? Let's say your flex position's already filled up by, let's say, Tariq Cohen. Who are you starting at wide receiver 1 and 2? Like, I would definitely do Juju, but then it's like, who do you confidently start?
You look at a matchup, maybe. I mean, at the end of the day, I think the most talented wide receiver there is Deebo Samuel. But as far as opportunity goes, Terry McLaurin is the number one receiver in that Washington offense.
That is true.
We'll see.
So
Matt
you would
Breida
go
going
Juju
late.
McLaurin?
Yeah, I'd probably go Juju McLaurin. And then I think I would start Deebo in the flex or CeeDee Lamb in the flex over Tariq Cohen, but we'll see.
Yeah, of course.
So there are some interesting players available yet. Emmanuel Sanders is kind of surprised to see him still left. I think he's the number 2 pass catcher in that New Orleans offense, which I don't know how much value that has because Drew Brees hasn't had a good pass catcher as his number 2.
But then you got to remember you got Kamara there as probably the number 2 clear option.
Yep.
So that plays a factor as well. Sanders should have went this draft. He definitely should have. It's just I don't know where I would place him above.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, honestly, hold on. If I'm looking at Fantasy Wire, I would have took Sanders where he took AB at.
Yeah.
That's probably where we could replace that right there, where Sanders probably should fit. Because that round we got Jeffrey, we got Fuller. I could see him fitting in there with the Darius Slayton, pick right there. Joe Exotic,
Joe Burrow. I think that he is going to have a better year than people think in that Bengals offense. I know that they have some room to improve, but they are getting back their left tackle who missed the entire year last year. They are getting back their starting Pro Bowl wide receiver who missed the entire year last year. If John Ross can stay even moderately healthy, that would be great. Auden Tate came into his own. So they have some decent wide receivers. They lost Tyler Eifert, which kind of sucks. But he's got Joe Mixon. They've got Giovanni Bernard as his backup.
Oh, yeah,
I don't hate it. And Joe Burrow showed in the national championship and in plenty of games this year that he can run, that he is willing to run, and he has the pocket presence to do it correctly. And I think if you look at the top quarterbacks who were taken in this draft, all of them have one thing in common, and that's that they are good with their feet. Patrick Mahomes can run, Lamar Jackson, obviously, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson. I mean, literally the top 5 quarterbacks were the top 5 quarterbacks in rushing fantasy scoring last year.
Yeah, definitely were.
So,
and that's something to put in consideration because Josh Allen's another guy that can show he has wheels.
Yep. So that whole next tier, Josh Allen, Carson Wentz, Dak Prescott, Aaron Rodgers have all shown that they can run. So,
yeah, man.
Yeah, give me that. I would definitely take another quarterback though. If I would, so drafting Joe Burrow at 10, I would take a quarterback, probably with my last position player pick, that's not defense or kicker. I would probably shore that up a little bit. But.
So who has the best draft? Let's get to that. Best draft. Because I think we had a good draft, so it's going to take a little bit of time. The best draft. And I'm going to go ahead, and I didn't do it last draft. I'm going to nominate myself right now.
I like your team. I think you did a phenomenal job getting Lamar Jackson at the end of the 3rd round. I am stunned that he lasted that long. And at that point, all for it. Your wide receivers are studs. Running back worries me a little bit, but you shored up that position at the end by getting some guys who have a lot of opportunity. Damon Williams is going to have opportunity in that offense as long as they don't draft another guy. Same with Michelle. And Murray is fantasy relevant even when Kamara is healthy, and fantasy elite if Kamara were to go down again. So I think you did a really solid job. And then your receivers, Jarvis Landry, stud, Mark Andrews, and then you shorted up with Robbie Anderson at the end. Yeah, I like your draft. I think you did a great job.
Fuck yeah. Now next, besides me, I keep coming back looking at Big Cat, but then he kind of like messed me up at the end. But then Hondo was my runner-up before all this, but then he kind of like screwed me with those questionable 3 rounds that he took.
Yep. I honestly, Usman might be my second favorite or favorite. He got Tom Brady in the 10th round, which it would not. I don't think it would shock the world if Tom Brady were to be a top 10 quarterback this year. He's he's still elite, and I don't think anybody's going to argue that. And you could argue that these are the two best wide receivers he's ever been able to play with.
Hell yeah.
So Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, if they perform how you expect them to perform, I think Tom Brady's going to perform as well. So I love that pick. You got Julian Edelman late, who's always been a consistent PPR guy. Tyler Boyd, Calvin Ridley, Kenny Golladay. His wide receiver position is solid. And he has Kamara and Kenyon Drake at running back. We'll see how.
I like his running backs more than I like his wide receivers for sure.
Yeah. And we'll see where where DeAndre Swift and Kareem Hunt kind of play out in the grand scheme of things. And then Evan Ingram, that's the biggest shaky spot for me is tight end there, just because Ingram's shown to not be able to consistently stay healthy. But if he were to get a backup plan, I don't think Jared Cook was drafted. So if he were to draft Jared Cook in that next round, I really like his draft. I think he did a great job.
Yeah, Usman did his damn thing.
Yep. That's two mocks in a row where he's done.
Now let's look at your team. CMC and David Johnson. That's PPR God right there. If this was about 3 years ago, but
yeah, we'll see.
Taking a chance on David Johnson in the 4th round, which isn't a bad spot to grab him, being that he's a starting running back. He does bring some pass catching ability, awareness, and head on the swivel outside the backfield. So PPR wise, that's something I would do in the 4th round with David Johnson. I like it.
Yeah, the only thing that worries me about my team is I am a little shallow at running back. I think the 3 guys that I got are consistent. I think James White is about as consistent as they come. He's not going to win you. He's not going to outright win you a week, but he's also not going to lose you a week, which I think is almost nearly as important.
He'll produce, and he's available all the time, most of the time.
And then at wide receiver, I will put my wide receivers against any wide receivers in this draft, and you can hold me to that. Kupp, Thielen, T.Y. Hilton, A.J. Green, Alshon Jeffrey. If you can show me a better group of 5 wide receivers, I would like to see it, but I don't think you can.
I can't right now. I'm looking. I can't. Closest would be Philly with Mike Evans, Diggs, A.J. Brown, Chark. Like, these are heavy hitters you guys got. So I think he'll be closest to you when it comes to wide receiver. Now, me, I got Godwin, Keenan Allen, and Landry. That doesn't quite stack up against Philly or you, but I think if I had to give it, I would give it to you, obviously, being that you got T.Y. Hill and A.J. Green, who are just straight studs.
Yep. And then obviously quarterback for me was I punted on it. It is what it is. That would be where I held my draft back. I wish I would have taken a guy earlier, but right around where the quarterbacks were going is when I got Hunter Henry, and I'm really happy with that pick. So
yeah, you still could have got, Matt Ryan, you could have still got Stafford, there were still options at quarterback if it was more around. So I don't think he would have been too much worried.
Yep, for sure.
Now, worst draft, I'm going to have to give it to Let's take our time. We're probably thinking the same. We're probably thinking about Orlando with that Delaney Walker, but that was
Well, and the Delaney Walker pick aside, what bothers me is for his running backs, 2 of those are in not very prolific offenses. I don't think Denver's going to be solid, but I don't think they're going to put up a ton of points. And I think Melvin Gordon's going to be just that solid. Le'Veon Bell, I'm all hands off. I hate Adam Gase. Yeah. That is it's nothing to do with Le'Veon Bell's talent. He has all the talent in the world. I just think that coach is bad. I think he gets fired after this year once the Jets underperform again. The tight end, I don't like Walker. Fant's okay, but I'm not comfortable with him as my starting tight end. The Robert Griffin pick, whatever. And then at wide receiver, you're Allen Robinson, who you are hoping that he has some better quarterback play. DK Metcalf, I like the pick, but do I like him as my number 2 receiver?
No.
Maybe.
He doesn't have any top 10 wide receivers right now besides Allen Robinson, who's at 10.
Yeah, and I don't think – even then I still don't think he finishes in the top 10. I'd be shocked if he finishes in the top 15, honestly. Yeah. And then Jerry Jeudy – I mean, obviously, it's going to depend on where he goes, but
it's all questions.
Yeah, a lot of questions. And I'm never going to be a fan of a draft where you're he's going to have a bench tight end and a bench quarterback, which doesn't leave him a lot of flexibility in his bench spots to grab guys, who could burst out late, to grab some of those, skill positions or handcuffs. So it's tough. That would be probably I think we can agree on that one.
Yeah, because I'm looking at everything else. I don't say anything close to being that bad. So he definitely got rewarded the worst draft.
Here's your sign.
You, sir, are a turd. Yo, this draft was dope, though.
Yeah.
This was an interesting one, but I think this was better than, last week's.
Yeah, and not as many shocking picks this draft. I mean, obviously the Delaney Walker pick was kind of out there. And then as well as some of the picks in the late rounds, the RG3 and Derek Carr.
That was just crazy.
But yeah, I like where a lot of people went. Once these rookies, get drafted and show out, it'll be interesting to see kind of how the cookie crumbles there.
Jonathan Taylor could be, a gem sitting there in the 4th round. He could be the workhorse for, whatever team he goes to, and then he could end up being your RB1.
It seems like there have been a lot of teams, or at least one team every year, where their stud guy is a rookie running back. Last year, it was Josh Jacobs. So there have been, it seems like every year there are some rookie running backs to show out. Miles Sanders balled out last year. He did a great job. Zeke was dominant as a rookie. Saquon Barkley dominant as a rookie. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jonathan Taylor or DeAndre Swift, J.K. Dobbins, if one of these guys, if they ended up in the right spot, really showed out.
Yeah, for real. I mean, more power to them. Hopefully they get on, teams that are serviceable for them to fit their play style, because that would suck if it didn't. Obviously, you can end up as a Jet, and then your career can go to shambles.
Or a Bengal.
Joe Mixon still's good, man. Stop it.
Yeah, I know. He's a stud.
Stop it. You guys are on the rise. You guys are on the rise.
You got to be on the rise. You got the number 1 pick. You can't get any worse.
No, you can't. You guys will grind it out. Damn, man. This is Mock Draft 5.0. My boy Cody will be here next week. Hopefully, same time, 4 o'clock Sundays. We're going to try to do this every Sunday up until, draft. We might even live stream for NFL draft. You down for that, Cody?
I would be down. We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the format without the, walking across the stage and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, everything's going to be like virtual. So it's going to be crazy. I'm excited to see it. They said it's going to be like a fantasy football board and like how most of us draft. So I'm curious to see how that works.
There's going to be one GM who just totally messes it up, doesn't understand technology at all.
Technology. He's going to have somebody from grad school or somewhere to teach him how to do it. Some IT guy.
His grandkid's going to have to make the selection. He doesn't understand how.
All right, guys. I want to thank you guys for watching. This is Real Deal Fantasy HQ with your boy LQ and my boy Cody. We'll be here next week. Go ahead and shoot your handle for you, Cody.
Yo, at CodyRear24 on Twitter, Instagram. Follow Real Deal Fantasy HQ, Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube. Peace.
Yes, sir. See you guys. Peace.